traders across the globe, and welcome to the 1398th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Remember, we are the short-term traders with the long-term plan. Welcome, traders. This video is being filmed on a Thursday night. It is for Trading Friday, but it's not really for Trading Friday. In fact, the video that you are about to see is not really about trading on any one day at all. It's about something happening in the markets that's very, very interesting, if you will. A development I was not expecting to see. And we've got something to discuss that I think you will find very interesting. As you know, futures trading is extremely risky, causes substantial financial loss, is not suitable for all traders. You must have risk capital to lose. Always put your stops in first. A stop is your best friend in this industry. Traders, if you want to know more about this, don't trade alone. Come on down to livewithoscar.com. Come meet me in my trading room and I will discuss this further, but here it is. Back in 2007 into 2008, I started to do a series of videos, and in those videos, I was doing things like saying, does the market have dandruff? And I was holding a bottle of Head & Shoulders and going, oh my God, the market has dandruff. I was trying to get people's attention. What I was trying to let them know was that we created such a huge, grand, broad Head & Shoulders that I thought the market was top-heavy in 2007 into 2008. And boy, did that turn out to be a fantastic call by OMNI. And one of the ways I did it, there was a lot of things involved, but one of the ways OMNI called the absolute high in 2007 into 2008 was the fact that there was a really big Head & Shoulders, and I was able to look at a lot of other markets and recognize that the Head & Shoulders was no longer a continuation pattern, but in fact it was a top-looking pattern. So for the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, we've had no trouble at all with any top-looking patterns. But traders, I have to say something. Beware of Friday the 13th. Spooky red. Woo. Why? Because Oscar, who's been bullish for years, is coming to you and telling you something in this video, and here is what it is. A question first. Is the market getting dandruff once again? Traders, a massive Head & Shoulders has formed. In the transportation average, in the Russell 2000, the both of them together, if you ask me, lead the U.S. indices. I've got something very interesting to show you. Not quite for short-term trading, but it is absolutely interesting. I think you will love it. You will find this. If you go back to 2007 leading into 2008, you will find many videos exactly like the one you are about to see. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, does the market have dandruff? A question that I posed through the end of 2007 into the beginning of 2008, and boy, did we find out back then the market had dandruff. So here's what I'm getting at. There is a pattern called the Head & Shoulders pattern, right? Head & Shoulders pattern. Generally, if it's a really big, broad pattern, it's a topping pattern. Here you have a shoulder defined by this little rounded topping tool. Here you have a head, and here you have the right shoulder. So you have left shoulder, you have the head, you've got the right shoulder. So that is a big Head & Shoulders. It has been catching my attention for quite some time, and it is finally now starting to show me some things that I don't think I like very much. This is the Russell 2000 daily. So when you look at it like this, you recognize that, okay, here's a shoulder, here's a head, here is a shoulder. But one of the interesting things back in 2008, 2007, when the market topped out, was the fact that not only was it one big Head & Shoulders, but inside of each shoulder, head and shoulder individually, was a series of other Head & Shoulders. In fact, it looked something like this. you had a shoulder, a head, another shoulder. Here you had a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. And then over here you had an inverted one, a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. Then let's say right here you had one, another shoulder, head, shoulder. So there was inverted and upright head and shoulders all throughout the big head and shoulders back in 2007-8 when the market cracked. So this is what the Russell looks like. Here's the very same chart once again, but I've actually filled in what I call a series of head and shoulders inside the head and shoulders. So traders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, very confusing, I know, but it's really not. I'm going to try to go over it as quickly as I can, but it's not so confusing. First off, big shoulder, big head for an inverted shoulders, right? Then inside of the head, you've got another inverted head and shoulders. So another one. Inside of this shoulder, you've got an upright head and shoulders. Then you've got a bigger one here. Then you've got another one right here. Massive amount of head and shoulders inside of the left shoulder. Then up here, you've got an inverted. Then this shoulder, head, shoulder, inverted. This right shoulder lends itself as a left shoulder to this new head and shoulders. So you've got an inverted, which goes into an upright. Then you've got an inverted head and shoulders here, a big one. Then you lend this shoulder once again to this head and shoulders, and you've got another series. Then you've got this one. Then the market breaks down and gives you a big inverted head and shoulders like this one. And now I think here's where we stand. Shoulder, head, empty shoulder right there inside the bigger shoulder. That fills in next, and then maybe a bigger drop comes. This is not talk that you've heard from me a lot in the past 6 to 8 years, but here it is, and I cannot deny it. So that is your Russell. And if we don't somehow go up and make new highs soon, the top is in. Traders, let's take a look at another chart. This is the transportation average, deemed the leader of all U.S. indices. And that is a shoulder. This is a massive head, and that is another shoulder. That's a lot of time right here. This starts last year. Big head and shoulders. And once again, if I wanted to mess this chart up, I can show you that there's a series of head and shoulders wrapped up all over the place in here. I could do this one here, there's several in here. I don't want to get into it and mess the chart up because I want you to see it for what it is. Big shoulder, big head, big shoulder. The next major move could very well be a big down move coming. Traders, I am not telling you that the market has finally put its top in, but I am telling you that this very well may be a top in our markets. Stay tuned very closely. Join me at livewithoscar.com. So traders, there it is. Beware, Friday the 13th. My goodness, right? I did not expect to be bringing this video to you anytime at all this year, but here it is. It's being brought to you mid-November. Now, I am not yelling, oh my goodness, the top is in, this is it, I've made the official call, but this is as close to me starting to be top heavy as I have been in years following my OMNI. So I don't know exactly what this means, but boy, oh boy, I'm a little bit worried. How about you cats? Let's hope we just go up and this doesn't happen. Now, traders, I'm about to do something that I don't think I have done more than 2 or 3 times in the 10 years I've been showing you these videos. I'm about to do something right now. You see this sign? Do not fall in love with the downside. For now, I think we need to negate that just for a little while. And until we come out of that massive head and shoulders, I'm actually going to take this off my board. The next thing that could happen is I could end up putting don't fall in love with the upside up here, one step at a time. But for me to have just done that, you have no idea how big that is. I mean, for someone like me to actually have removed this, any of my fans who have been following me for the past 10 years, you know that means something. So Let's see where this goes. We do have a red omni for day trading, starting off the day trading for tomorrow, for trading on the 13th. However, this video is a heads up to you, to me, to all of us, that maybe, once again, the market may have dandruff. Is the market getting dandruff once again? Traders, that's my presentation. I don't know where this is going from here, but that, I think, is a warning. Let's see where we go. Remember, come join me at livewithoscar.com because something exciting is happening. I have made an announcement. Finally, congratulations for me making this announcement. It took me forever. But you Omni campers have been asking me, would you please nail down a date for your next Omni camp, Oscar, already? So, okay, I've done it. We nailed down the dates of January 22nd through January 25th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, a 4-day seminar held here live in Las Vegas with me at the helm. Traders, there are 2 open seats if you would like to be one of the traders that spends 4 full days with me here in Las Vegas, and I teach you how to come up with Oscar's market navigational indicator, the Omni, for yourselves. Fill out the OmniCamp application at livewithoscar.com, and I'll give you a call. Remember, the dates are January 22nd through the 25th, a 4-day seminar here in Las Vegas. All right, traders, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to keep yourselves at bay when these markets start going against you is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, rock and roll. I'll see you at livewithoscar.com. And does the market have dandruff? Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.